So I know you sustained a little bit of an injury there. Just how are you feeling and just how are things going?
Yeah, no, I mean everything's good right now. Back's getting back healthy. Started doing contact stuff, so I'm feeling good going into practice and stuff next week.
Playing with Coach Pop with the Spurs, what did that teach you about the game? What kind of experience was that being playing?
Teaches you a lot. Humility. You got to be able to accept criticism and understand that it's coming from a place where he truly cares about you and wants to see you succeed. So he kind of tells you just listen, to what he's saying, not how he's saying it. Nah, he was great though. Not just as a coach, but as a person.
Is there a certain skill you want to work on this season, going between the G League and with the Hawks?
I think just making open shots is really like the biggest thing for me. I think and guarding on switches. So I think those two things.
You feel like you're kind of back home after spending a couple of years with Overtime Elite. And how familiar were you with the Hawks organization from that time with Overtime?
Yeah, I came to a lot of Hawks games while I was there. Didn't really watch like the NBA basketball games like that. It's just pricey in New York, it's so expensive. But yeah, it was cool. It definitely feels like Atlanta is a second home to me, and I'm just excited to be back here and be playing, in that situation when I was watching the games in years past.
What have you been able to pick up in practices and just being around the other guys?
I think a lot of new terminology, so that kind of stuff. We were trying to play really fast with the Hawks and in the G League, so I think just understanding what we're trying to do and being able to execute that. Guys are super vocal, communicate well, so if you have a question, you just ask, and I think the guys have been great so far.
Is there anyone you've become closest with since coming here, like maybe a guy like Seth or someone who's on a two-way contract like yourself?
No, I mean, everybody's been cool so far. I did like some stuff at like training camp. Everyone's been really friendly and stuff, so I want to say there's no one specific guy. I think everybody's really been great, if I'm being honest.
What have you learned about the process, having been through that with the Spurs organization already and now joining the Hawks organization, the Skyhawks, about the process of the two-way contract and expectations going into the season with a two-way contract?
I think just understanding that things take time, and you just kind of have to stay consistent and stay with the work no matter what you're doing. You're going to probably have two different roles in the G League and in the NBA, understanding that if you get caught up to the Hawks, you can't go and shoot 20 shots or whatever I shoot in the G League, but at the same time, the stuff that I'm working on in the G League, simplifying that into a smaller role in Atlanta and trying to figure out what that's going to be for me is, I think the main goal for everybody.
That's the thing that most coaches I hear talk about in the G League is the understanding of, if you're getting called up to the NBA from the G League, they don't necessarily need you to score 25 points. Yeah. They're going to need you to do something else. Is that, how big of an adjustment is that for a player who, is used to scoring points to accept a role that's a little bit different?
Yeah, I don't think it's too crazy. It just, scoring the ball and doing all that stuff, it's definitely fun. Obviously, I think every player would want to do that, but at the same time, doing the other stuff that gets you on the court that helps the team win, there's also satisfaction in that. And when you simplify a role and kind of condense it and give you whether it's 2, 3, 4 things to do on the court, like when you're playing, I just think the expectation of what you're supposed to do is a lot greater, and you can almost really be sharper in that role, if that makes sense.
Excuse me if I can ask about it, but being back here, OTE obviously is here. What part of your development do you kind of credit to that? Is you going that route?
I think it's understanding what it takes to be a pro. The way our schedule is based on how we practice and individual workouts. It's kind of similar to what I had in San Antonio and what I now have here. So yeah, I think it's the day-to-day schedule on what it takes to be a pro, what pros do to work out and get better, how to take care of your body, all that stuff. I think all the time we definitely deserve a lot of the credit, and so me being able to come in and process that stuff quick and be able to get it, just take care of myself.
OT's putting a lot of guys in the league now, but you were really one of the first ones, the really first one. I mean, what has it been able to be like to help trailblaze and be one of the guys that kind of put it on the map?
It's definitely a cool experience. Being first in anything is pretty cool, but I just want to help continue be an outlet for those guys in there now trying to figure it out. And it's a tough place. It's a kill or be killed kind of situation. So just, when you're in high school, everybody tells you how good you are and you're ranked top 100. You don't understand how global the game is, and that there's guys that are going to be older than you from different countries, different places in the world that are all gunning for the same spot. They're going to 16 age, get called undrafted. So just really trying to help them process that. Even if you're great now, like the standard of what you expect to be great might not be the same in a year, 2 years, 3 years. So.
Appreciate that.